Such a chill. I am happy with
yes. All of our texts say love. Yes.
That's the affirmation.
Say love. You love Jar? Oh, he's around here somewhere sleeping or something. Oh, yeah. Today's very real. Oh, it's Sunday. Relaxing.
Sunday. You don't went to church.
That was a really good. I know,
that
right?
was church. We did have church.
Thankful, Mickey, lovely. Thankful you like this song. It was made just for you.
Who keep going like that? I don't use this because like when I don't use paper often, but when I do,
I'm thankful. We're making another song too. Me and Amzoka actually wrote a song. It has to be mastered again. It has to be mastered again.
No.
Sometimes you're gonna get a lot of no's in life, but that doesn't mean stop going.
Actually, we're gonna actually try to do that, but I didn't put too much salt or I just put too much. I just tried it.
And I was like, nobody's about to eat this right now, so I'm gonna warm it up again. And then like,
do we ever disagree? Absolutely. You know, because
rarely. We pretty much all on my own stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
We're pretty much
rare that
we're pretty much all on one mind oneself, but we do have different astrological programming. Yeah, arguments be so small. Like,
Arguments be like, oh,
why would you put that right there?
You could have did that, and then like, well, I really didn't know that and about that, and then you're like, oh, well, I can see your perspective of that, but
I can see your perspective, but I think the best thing to do is this, and we're like, okay, we'll communicate. Like, we're very mature. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. I'm thinking like, when do we argue? Like, it'd be like, no, okay, now this is how we're gonna solve this. You should do this. You should do it. Oh, okay, that's a fact.
We stay organized to a point where we don't even have to argue because we already know what we about to do. We have meetings like, you gonna do this. Like when we had the cookout yesterday, we was like, we had a meeting. We was like, Efru, you gonna do this. Shiba, you gonna do this. You gonna do that. It's no confusion, so it can be no arguments because everybody knows what's going on. Everybody agreed to what's going to happen.
Okay, I got the plates. I need the definitely.
Who's even at the table?
We can.
Yeah, let's eat at the table.
Yeah, sir. Oh, you want to warm I'll pop them in the oven real quick. Oh, you know what?
You know when my mom came over here yesterday, my mom had bought these earrings for me.
How does it help? You can get the salmon out the fridge.
About to open the fridge for you. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
That was you.
You know what happened? I was sitting on the table with a big old jar of peanut butter and this apple.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, yo, people here, I was like,
yeah. I remember that.
I knew I would have not done that.
Right. I thought that was from Iyah. That's the first thing. If you do these, trail. Okay.
Is anyone Pisces?
Put this in the oven then.
Queen Malia is a Pisces.
Right?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, where you at? Oh.
You want to warm this up in the oven? Yeah, we make voice shoes all the time.
She was this the only what you call for now, dry towel?
Right, knowledge itself. You right.
I asked you to go get some dry towels.
What's a fat X?
Remember I said take the dirty ones up and then bring some clean ones.
All of us here.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you see that?
Yes, I am getting my locks back.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, Moon, you're pretty. You have locks too. That's a pretty. Yeah, I'm getting my locks back, letting the free form.
Did anybody feel like Malia felt?
How she feel? Oh, what's wrong?
She feel like she don't understand me.
The
Wow.
knowledge.
She said she feel like she didn't grasp what I was talking. She feel like she didn't grasp what
I feel like when I watch it when I see the first time, I don't take notes because I don't wanna miss anything, and then I just watch it again. Like I screen record it, and then I watch it again.
Oh, I'm talking about it.
Yeah, and then I take notes because sometimes I will miss.
Why didn't y'all stop and ask questions?
Write down questions.
Well, I didn't feel like anything was confusing more, so I just want to make sure I don't miss important details.
So slow.
It's not confusing. It's just
Fact.
it probably just the information is just like.
And then it's like you're
That's why I
presenting it.
recorded. So
That's
that you
I go back and watch it,
got-
and then you gotta talk about it because if you don't, then you.
Well, the woman is not logical.
No.
That's not what this environment creates for you. You just do what I tell you.
Yeah.
And I try to explain things to y'all so you understand. I thought I was pretty clear on what I was talking about.
Oh,
you
are
very
clear.
Maybe I was moving a little bit too
With the
fast.
words and stuff.
It was
You know what it was? Because you know what it is? Because I know the knowledge.
Yes, it was like.
And it's like it comes through like
It comes
that.
out quicker.
Of the y'all, it's like, wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, for real.
Wait, what verse? What? Wait, where?
Yeah, it's because you talk about it so much that you know how to make it like whatever.
But you have to learn in your own way.
Right.
I feel bad. Like you got a Mercury and Aries in the 12th house. You know what I'm saying? Your mind may not pick it up with all the details.
Yeah.
You might hear certain things and you feel bad. Whereas Mercury with Taurus is like, they need to run slowly too. They're like,
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I be in too deep.
because once they learn the molecule of
me
it,
too.
you can understand.
Yeah. Everybody has their niches. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, I am getting.
You're learning.
Sometimes things come like when you talking about it, you're like, oh.
She don't want to be baby with you.
Yeah, you learn differently. You learn
Yeah.
how you learn. You too.
Don't worry, baby.
I know. Just learn the way you learn it.
Slow. Now she feels bad for being a baby. She's going into a rabbit hole.
You know how that is.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
You
They are
can
that.
leave. Give it up.
Yeah.
Okay. I be needing to draw pictures.
I already know.
Yeah,
Last
you
time
have to
when
go
we asked
back.
that question, I realized that okay, I'm supposed to be watching these again,
Yeah.
and again, and again, because then like every time I listen to it, I'm like, that point, like,
When he first did that Melanin part 1, part 2, I didn't get it.
when I watched it again, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
You have to. I had to pause it, go back.
Yeah. I
Real.
sometimes have to talk in the middle of downloads and be like, oh, okay, like talk to myself about certain things. Or if not, I'll be like, I'll just flip by.
I think that's what it is with Aries too, is Aries has to do it. So if you can sit there and listen to some things, listen to somebody lecturing, but it's not gonna hit the same as you experiencing it and being like that's why like when you do your videos, you probably feel like, okay, I'm grasping it more. What I'm talking about.
That you have to be interacting with the knowledge.
That's
Yeah.
what teaching will help.
That's what I noticed today. You was speaking more fluently. That's because you're consistent with your downloads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
like
much so.
remember I've been watching you since you
yeah.
started your lives in the college room. Like so, it's like what I've noticed is like you got even Mama Iyah too. Today.
I was
noticing
seeing
too.
that.
Because I remember, us doing lives, and we was not that fluent. It was not as fluent as it was then. I was like, damn, that means we're, actually practicing and being more consistent. Understanding and it like, cause I could tell, you know how sometimes you be trying to piece the words and it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about.
But
It
you
didn't
knew
sound
it
like
was
that
it.
today. It
Yeah,
sounded
it was
like
very
you was,
clear.
yes, you was speaking and communicating very clearly, and it was coming from your heart rather than trying to like find the words.
The right thing.
Yeah, it was like you knew exactly what you wanted to say. And you were saying, I felt that too. I was like,
Because it resonated like, oh yeah, I agree. Like, yeah.
I
I heard Mama speak, but she was like, yeah.
right. And I'm like, I was there type of like, like I was working with like your response is exactly how I would respond. So I was really happy because it was like y'all was on there.
Yeah, and then I was
saying
thought to say something I was saying. I'd be like,
yeah. It's like you're saying it. The only thing is that we have to practice saying it calmly because now since we have it, we want to. But he kept saying like, relax.
Just watching the King Knowledge thing made me very like.
Yeah, it makes you aggressive, and you're supposed to channel that and like be logical with it.
Right. That's what
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
calm down. I was like, I was just screaming.
Yeah, because I think that was our passion. With our energy, be like,
oh, connecting with
like,
people,
oh,
like the people that you're
balance
talking to
myself.
on there, like there was nobody on there that was really like giving that energy. So it was like you control, like knowing that you're in control of the panel.
That's
you
true.
control a lot.
Yeah. And
You
sometimes
can,
they
like,
start
make it go
talking
away.
when you're trying to talk.
No, you only got
You start getting, you can start getting a
point, and I'm gonna
peach
wrap it up
spirit
and
of
let you.
relationship.
You know, you gotta really connect with them and be like, yeah, and that's gonna, it's just like getting the skill of communicating, learning the skill. Because I saw Copy, like he changed his whole, like he's like expanded so much in how he communicates with people online, like. Cause he just sat there all day. I remember in Mexico. Remember he was like, anybody challenge me for like 3 days straight.
Sit there.
And so it's like he just learned how to talk to people every single day, talk to different people. I wonder how many people he's really talked to. It's just like hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So when you do that, then you just learn how to talk to people. And it's like
Good. Yeah.
It's way to practice more and you communicate about things. They will get more practice with it.
That's why I was enjoying last night too. We were talking. I was like,
That's good.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Everybody's just
That's why I like
trying to be understood.
Yo,
within
that-
themselves.
I told y'all
It was that. It's that one.
It like woke you up and like
Yeah. That's how I felt. It was like,
It was so
sleepy. I'm like, yeah, so I
smooth.
can get it again. Because I'm like, now I'm getting back up.
it was smooth.
Usually I think too much, but I wasn't even thinking too much. I'm just
Usually I be paranoid. That's why I don't like to do it. Like I get really skeptical. Cause
I could feel myself about you. I'm like, I'm not about to do that.
Yeah, like the energy was very good.
I
I
like
don't know
this
if I had a
stuff.
thought, like she said, guest said something like, oh, and I be getting paranoid. And I was like, no, not I.
Yeah, she said that. And I was like, that. I felt that
She
too
said
before.
Please, no.
I felt it on many occasions. That's what made me be reluctant sometimes.
Yeah.
But I was trusting her because we had these hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. I have to make sure that
Where it's from, what it is, you know.
pretty like outside. You know, I should be helping you.
Yeah.
I remember when you was in the point when we went out. Remember that night? We went out and we at the club and I was stuck. Remember I was telling you I was like, I'm stuck.
Oh my
I
God.
was
Oh,
I was so stuck, bro. Like I was like,
Yeah, I can just imagine.
You guys,
I was thinking like so much that I
I
couldn't
seen you on
move.
Instagram. You know, it's streaming.
oh yeah.
I
That.
was like,
That. So I can get like that. So I'm like learning that now because, you know, that one I never really experienced that.
Why you say you like when Scorpios smoke?
cause y'all be like,
I just want to be myself, like.
I feel like I opened up.
Bruh, I do
I'm
that
like, no,
Y'all open
like
up.
this to everybody.
Yeah,
she like
I do that every time I get high. I do that shit. I be want to be at like, ooh, like right here with y'all. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, cause you're so
Well,
blocking.
it's me.
And you block me so much from doing it. So when you do it, you like,
You might be like with it.
I like I want to be like this. No, that's how I really am though. I really am like, that's why I can be clean with people. Hell like that, because I'm really like
Mama Peace was
deep
like,
connected.
yes, bro. Because everything she was saying, it was just related. I'm like, oh my God, yes, you like that.
It be like that.
I was like, look at this Scorpio. Zoka was like,
About Scorpio, it was like, they just scared to know themselves.
Yeah.
to other people.
Yeah. That's true. Cause
Peace was like,
yes. I was like,
Scorpio.
No, but I did have a question in my journal.
But you said
My Mercury is in Taurus, so I can go too deep into the detail.
yeah. So what was your question?
So it was, okay, so you know how the proton is attuned and the hermaphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, if the
proton is attuned.
right,
And
if
how
the
it's the masculine
proton
energy.
is the thoughts, which means that the expression in reality wasn't in existence yet. Why do we, how is proton attuned the same thing? Like, why do we say attuned? Attuned is a part of like the electron and like bringing the thought into fruition. But
Oh,
I get what
the
you're
tune
saying.
is like the light rather than
Right.
the light.
The light of your man, right?
Wait, I'm confused.
I see what you.
Are you saying like, why would it be? Why would a tune be said a tune when? I'm confused. On
She's saying that wouldn't, because she's saying the electron is the expression of the thought.
right.
So why would you say attuned as the thought?
Electron.
Because the
Instead of saying
thought,
like
because the proton
like
is
the
isn't the proton still kind of like
the proton. You saying is the proton like darkness?
yeah.
Well, no, because it's actually the light.
It's like the
darkness.
balance.
Yeah, it's the light, it's the
Yeah.
thought.
I think,
And
like
it's
the atom is
I
like
see what you said.
atom is like God itself, masculine and feminine combining. Making light.
That's the light together.
Mhm.
Masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like come back. Okay, we're
Good,
back
good.
in the light. We're here,
Okay.
experiencing
I
our
see.
thought.
So like, okay, the darkness is the nucleus. Then you have the light, and then you have the expression.
The darkness is the neutron.
Neutron. The
Not
new.
nucleus. The nucleus is where
In the middle.
the nucleus. is
That's
where the,
what I have a question.
Proton and the neutron is.
So neutron and nucleus.
nucleus.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Neutron represents the neutral balance energy.
Oh,
Yeah.
the proton and the neutron is the nucleus.
It's been the
Yeah.
nucleus.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
You know
void,
how
right?
you look up the you have the picture of you have a picture of it, right? Yes. Some of these are protons and some of them is neutrons.
Right. This is the nucleus.
So that creates the nucleus, and then these are all neutrons. So this is thought.
And the
Light,
void?
masculine. It's the
Um,
yes, because you can't have the light without the darkness.
The
You
whole
have to.
right.
You have to
Right.
fit. You have to have that. But he said it. He said it today. He said Atum didn't bring the darkness. It is that.
Right.
You can't. You know how that video was saying like, oh, there was the proton first. And then came the
Yeah,
darkness.
that's
That makes
wrong.
sense.
Okay.
No,
it
it's
wasn't
like,
darkness.
It was
Yeah.
the
Like dark from
dark
darkness.
proton.
Right.
right, exactly. So
But
it's
it's
kind
like
of
one of
like,
the
but it's the well, yeah, because you can't have
The light,
light
like the
without
sun,
the darkness. You can't have darkness without the light. So it's
Right.
the same thing.
So it's like the light and darkness, and then it's like the expression of the light.
Yeah. But we say
even the
attuned.
darkness is
Right. But
Right.
it's funny because we say attuned, but when you look at it, attuned, atom. So
Right,
it's like the
still the
whole
building
thing.
blocks.
It's
Yeah.
not really like we're saying like attuned meaning just the proton. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the light.
It's the light and it's
So
all
we're
like,
just
like the reality.
acknowledging, we're just acknowledging the light and the darkness.
Yeah, because attuned is actually hermaphrodite, masculine and feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
That is light and the darkness.
Yeah.
That is the electron, proton, neutron. That is the
That's
whole atom.
feminine.
That's the
That's the whole atom.
Attuned, atom, same thing. You can't really say attuned is just a proton.
right. No, atom, but though atom, proton is just thought, mass energy.
Yeah.
I had a question. The nucleus being the hill to stand upon.
No, the nucleus is not the hill to stand upon. The neutron,
New.
the new,
The new is
which is like
the neutron, the balance.
that's the neutron.
I'm glad-
Well, if you look, okay, what we have to do, because this is why I wrote down the actual sites that he was pulling up. You have to go to those sites and read those portions that he was reading. The
Yeah.
Egyptology site,
Yeah, I
so
think
you
that
can
was
understand
cool.
the story.
I was gonna go on YouTube and watch like I we even have a little cartoon story about it too. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes we reading it,
see.
I
Yeah.
can see it.
I got to visualize it.
Right.
Watch it too.
I like to read that story to make sure that you understand the story of a tune, and then that way when you can relate it to the atom, you'll make it make sense to you. But if you don't know it, then it could get
Right.
confusing.
I don't know why I thought he said it was the nucleus. And I was like, the nucleus.
He was saying that inside the nucleus is a proton and a neutron,
Right.
and that the video was saying that the neutron was coming after the proton, and that's not.
No, it's all there.
Yeah, he said that shit fast as fuck. Like,
What?
you're gonna have to go back and listen to what he said.
Yeah.
When he was talking about the nucleus, I can see how you got that confused, as he said it really fast.
Okay, let me get this. Oh, you sure it
Because I remember when he said, I was like, wait, he never said that before.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen up.
Yes.
I want to give you guys the websites and stuff of everything that I.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom, she.
So, what websites didn't you get? I got this one,
I
the
need the
third
Bible
gender.
verse.
I
We got that one.
You got the third
Yeah, I
gender?
made that one a book if anyone wants it.
the third gender.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the.
You have this one, the
Yeah,
third
that's the one I
gender?
wrote
Okay.
down.
Which one do y'all need? You need the Egyptology, the other one?
That one too. Ancient, ancient origins.
Ancient
right?
Origins?
Yeah.
Yes. That one. This one?
I have this website.
Ancient Origins? Okay, what other website do y'all need?
I need the scriptures.
The scriptures is Genesis 1.
27.
I wrote it down.
Genesis 1:27 is the actual.
Genesis 1.
Yeah, that's still tune 1. And then
Genesis
you have Genesis 2
Yeah.
23.
and 23. Yeah.
1:27 and Genesis 2.
If you want to step up your shade game, Rise Fly Apparel is where I got these at. They do have women's clothing, men's clothing, and children. Make sure you check out the link down below. And if you're also into that Delta-8, yes, whether you like the gummies or you want to vape, all links are below. Fully endorsed and supported by the Army. Get into it. To get more content from me, check me out on my main channel at the one and only S_Hutchinson. Fair use disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute.